force or get Rashtrapati Bhavan to do an event. Get the addicts, get the people, make it an issue. Oh, that reminds me, you asked me about Bollywood. As we are ending, I just thought, I say, you know Prakash Jha?
Yeah.
Big director, made some very good movies initially. He fought 2 elections and lost both from Bihar. I was having a conversation with him in 2010, I think. I asked him, why don't you make movies on this subject in Bollywood? On addiction, on alcoholism, especially because so much of Bollywood talent has died because of addiction to alcohol and other drugs. They've lost so many great names.
Yes.
Okay. He tells me, it's not a national problem. That's when it struck me that I must do more.
Yeah.
This is a famous director who picks up all kinds of themes. He doesn't think it's a national problem. This is the blind spot we're operating in. You asked about Bollywood, so this is Bollywood for you. It is one of our mainstream directors, yeah. If this is what he thinks. And I already told you the story about another director who's looking for 30 lakh to do a great social thriller on this. Ask me.
So, apart from all this, like, I'm sure there are many people who will be watching it, who will be reading about it, who will be
hope so.
Who are themselves stuck in the rut and who want to come back. What should be their first step like, because society doesn't accept people so easily.
Society is a meaningless word.
Yeah.
A society that doesn't stop you from destroying yourself is not a society that you can depend on.
Of course.
To save yourself. So what society does or doesn't do is immaterial to us. What the individual does is important.
Yeah.
Okay. First thing they should do is start calling or reaching people who can help. Because this is a process that takes time. So the person who's using, for him or her, I would say, first step is you should reach people who can help. If they don't reach people who can help, then I would tell the drug user and the alcohol user to drink some more, to use some more, so that the destruction is faster and then you come into recovery faster.
Alright.
Okay, that is some cases, hard cases. But most cases I would say reach out first. For the families of users, what I would say, stop supporting the person who uses.
Okay.
That is the biggest reason why a person continues. Even when they have a wife, they have children, and at home, they do it because the family does nothing about it. You simply have to draw the line, the family has to draw the line, have a good conversation and say it cannot be business as usual. Your way of living and our way of living can never meet this way. So perhaps they should leave home.
Right.
That's one thing they should do. The families must stop supporting morally, financially and other ways. Simply ask that person to leave home, live on their own, earn on their own, and immediately they will know. For families, this is my request. For users, I would say reach out. Even for families, I would say once having taken that step, then they can reach out.
Yeah.
Okay. For the government, I would say for cigarettes, straight away they should ban street sale of cigarette. No point having, in Delhi, every kilometer there is a small kiosk that sells tobacco products.
200 meters more.
Alright, 200 meters, there you go. So you should you should ban street sale of cigarettes. I'm not saying that will stop smuggling of cigarettes. Even today cigarettes are smuggled.
Yeah.
Even though it's a legal product, even today there are many people who simply want to save tax on revenue and therefore they smuggle cigarettes. So that percentage will always happen.
Yeah.
But as a government, you can and you should ban sale of tobacco products on the street. That's really terrible. If you wish to, then you have these alcohol shops, like license, you take license and you give out a fee, you give out a license to sell alcohol for a fee every year.
Right.
Similarly, you do it with tobacco.
Yeah.
Have proper shops in malls or somewhere where a person has to go and buy rather than every 200 meters. That's not fair. That's one thing the government should do. Second thing government should do is stop this nonsensical prohibition policy. Make it uniform everywhere. Don't destroy lives 20 kilometers away because you want to show that you are dry and clean.
Yeah.
That is silly. Okay. But if you end prohibition, you should not sell it also. The Delhi government sells liquor.
Yeah.
There are other governments in India which sell liquor. Not all, but some do. Delhi government sells because it says they want the revenue to build roads, and what roads have they built? That same amount they can recover in so many other ways.
Of course.
Cut just wasteful expenditure also will get you that amount. Plus, you will save so much of money that is spent on the health
Healthcare.
issues that come from alcohol. And the government can do one last big thing. It can declare addiction a disease if it wants to, and put it under the health ministry instead of social justice ministry right now. What is social justice about it? I don't understand. The government of India clubs addiction along with what? Care of the elderly.
Okay.
Both of these come together in a program called social defense. What does that mean? They are saying we will take care of old, feeble people, and they are saying we will help addicts, and together that's part of a social defense program. It makes no sense. One is a health issue, one is a social issue.
Yeah.
Where is the comparison? So put it in the health ministry. It comes under mental health anyway.
Yeah.
Make it a health issue. Once you do that, you are able to stop selling. The government will then stop selling a product that creates mental health issues or helps in creating them. So that's a big step that will happen. Second, it will allow people in the defense forces a chance to seek treatment.
All right.
Right now, because it's not under the health ministry,
Yeah.
lakhs of people in the Indian defense forces do not come out and say they have a problem. They lose they get sacked,
Yeah.
which is tragic. That should not happen. You should just allow them to find treatment.
Yeah.
That can happen when you push this subject into health ministry.
Yeah. So, ending this conversation, it's World Day Against Drug Abuse and Illegal Trafficking. What would be your message to the average 20-year-old out there who is listening to you about this whole thing?
I have only one message for the average 20-year-old. Please start at 27. Don't start at 20. I'm not saying no. There's a big difference in my message.
Yeah.
I'm not saying say no to drugs. All I'm saying, hang on to 27. Then you start enjoying.
Okay.
Hang on. That's all I'm saying. Second, most important, one thing I'm saying, hang on. I'll explain. Your question should be, what do you mean?
Yeah, of course. I'm waiting for you to explain.
The reason being, recent medical studies have proved, or have concluded, shall we say, a better word is concluded. Recent medical studies have concluded that the human brain is still forming up to the age of 26.
Okay.
Not fully forming, most of it is formed, but they're still adapting till the age of 26. What does it mean? It means that mental maturity comes at 27.
Yeah.
So don't think that if you're legally allowed to drive or vote or marry, you should be able to drink or do drugs. No. There's a big difference. One is legal adulthood. One is
Biological.
no.
Mental.
Chemical adulthood. When your mind is not ready for a chemical, it will only be ready at 27.
Okay.
So chemical adulthood is 27. Legal adulthood may be 18, but it's not risk to life. If you can go and vote, you're not risking your life.
Yeah.
Alright, this is a risk to life when you take drugs. You're altering the whole brain structure. So I would tell the average 20-year-old brother or sister or whoever, be a chemical adult first. Chemical adulthood comes at 27. Then we can think. Until then, hang on, do your job. Achieve. Be great. Then you do what you wish at 27. At least you're not destroying yourself.
Of course.
That's all I'm saying, which is a major shift from past messages of saying say no to drugs. I'm explaining to you why I'm saying 27. I'm explaining to you the concept of chemical adulthood. This is completely new things which I would like to come into public domain, and I would work on these things.
Of course. That's actually maybe understanding is the way to stop the madness out of it.
explain to the youngster, once you understand that your brain is still forming
Yeah.
and you're only legally an adult, 27 is when you'll be mentally an adult. You understand.
Right.
The choice is yours. I can't force anything on you, but I can reason with you. So I'm not saying say no. I'm not God. As somebody who has done drugs myself, why should I say no? That's foolish. But because of the destruction that I've gone through, I can tell you this much. I was not mentally an adult when I started. I'd like you to be mentally an adult if you wish to start.
Yes.
That's all I have to say.
That was great talking to you. Thank you for talking to us.
Most welcome.